Hey, what's up everybody? Episode 11. Heat wrapping the turbo and the exhaust. Let's do it. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be sorting out putting the beanie on the turbo, heat wrapping the exhaust and sorting out the turbo feed and the drain feed drain pipe as well. I've got my bro here, Ricky, who's going to give me a hand with wrapping the exhaust, but I'll just show you the turbo. We've already chucked the beanie on, so remembering this is the, it's upside down, Precision PT 6266 divided option. And we've actually, this size beanie that we're using is a T3. I think the idea around these is that you do want it to be quite snug, which is exactly what this is doing. Quite simple to put on, slip it on, and you've got these little springs here that have a hook, and you've got one here, and where's the other one on the inside as well, and that's about it. It's as hard as it gets. The material of this one is I'm pretty new to these things. I haven't had a turbo that's worthy of running one of these before, so but this is the lava style. I'm not sure what all the styles are or types of materials, but this one's, they call this the lava style, which apparently holds a bit more heat. Wasn't too fussed about which blanket I was using. I just wanted something to take away some heat, just being where the turbo is mounted in the car. So far that's a tick, that's a win. So we've got some exhaust wrap here. What we went and did, so this is our dump pipe that we're going to be wrapping. We've already we've got our roll there. We've already pre-cut our length, so we've already wrapped it, left it a little bit extra and cut it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to soak it in our bucket of water, and then yeah, you're meant to install it when it's quite moist, and then we'll get that on. And then I've got some, for those of you who have used it, or if you haven't used it, these are the clips that hold the wrap in place. So yeah, I'm going to go soak that wrap, and then we'll start wrapping that. So let's go. Well, I've ended up short, but it's all good. What we've done is we've gone around the, this is where the plumb bake goes in, and we've finished it there, which was actually a lot better than what we first did. And then I'll just use the leftovers to tie in and go to the end. Okay, so here we have it. I ended up using the whole roll, which is not a bad thing, because it was kind of suggested to me from the guy who I bought the roll off that I could probably do a double wrap. But what I've done instead is I've just brought the layers closer together. So they reckon you just meant to lay just over the edge, but I've pretty much done, or tried to, a 50-50 wrap all the way down, which will just hold in a little bit more heat. So managed to go around that little plumb back part, and as you can see, we got a bit tripped up on the clamps. I might get another clamp and just stick it around here. This is the top of the exhaust where the turbo is, and that's the bottom down there, so I wasn't too worried about that one because you don't see that one. Anyway, that's the dump pipe wrapped, turbo's wrapped. So what we've done for the turbo feed, this was the hose on my old setup. It was a little bit longer, so I've had to chop it to suit this. Now I've never run these heads before with the ABCS, and it has a solenoid up the top which allows oil to go through and do its thing, so that needs its oil feed. So on my old heads, I just had, from this banjo, I just had one feed which usually went to the turbo, but this time it went to the ABCS solenoid, so I had to go buy a T, another fitting, so I can run the head and the turbo feed. So that does the feed. What I'll do is I'll go sit the turbo in, and then just quickly bolt it up so you can see it. And this is my 10 AN hose that I've got, and I've just wrapped it with some of that heat wrap that you can slide over the hose. So I'll go grab the turbo, sit it in, and we'll have a look when it's all hooked up. Alright, so I've just got everything just sitting in there loosely for now. So I've got the dump pipe on, and so yeah, these are how the lines go. You can see the drain pipes hooked up down there, and there's an AN fitting that sticks out from the back of the head. That's where that blue fitting is, and I made it just long enough to curve around by the power steering lines down there, just to make some room for this plumb back that comes up and meets that pipe there. I'm not sure about this T fitting, it's a bit close. I might have to, not sure what I can do there. I might have to bring the T fitting so it's over here. Maybe something like that, just so it's away from the, yeah, I might have to look at that. That's a bit close, but those are just minor adjustments. So yeah, beanie on, wrapped, turbo feed done, oil drain done. So yep, stoked with that. That's another tick off the list. As I said in the last video, we're up to the stage we're just going through all the little bits and pieces to do, because there's quite a few of them. Just another tick off the list that I can forget about now is we've got the belt on for the alternator. There's a little bit hit and miss about which belt I should go. I think I've got another belt over there, and I've got one in the car. That was an 800mm, the one in the car is an 810, and I've ended up using a 790mm. So 5PK 790 is what we went with in the end. So very lucky, because as I mentioned in the last video, although this looks like it works, it kind of really didn't. But with that length of belt, it's all good. So yeah, stoked about that. Another tick off the list. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Just a real quick one about finally sorting out the turbo and the dump pipe with all the drains and that, and also sorting out the alternator as well. So that's all finished now, which is wicked. Next episode, I don't really know what to cover because there's so much to do. One big job that I still need to do is I need to take out the fuel tank. I really do want to pull it out because it has been sitting around for a year, and I kind of did a dumb thing and took the fuel pump and the lid off, and I didn't put anything over it. There was a stage there where I had no boot lid and it was raining, so I can only imagine what's inside the tank. So I really do want to pull it out so I can give it a real good blast out, and it'll allow me to run the 8 AN fuel lines, the two of them that I need to run. I'm going to pull out the factory steel lines. Are they still in here? Yep, those things here that I've taped up. I'm going to pull those out because I'll no longer be using those. I'll be using the custom ones that I'll put in. So I'll pull those out. It'll give me a chance to sort out and make it kind of clean under there. Sort out where I'm going to run those thick 8 AN lines. So yeah, that's a big job, but I haven't done it before, but I know to do that. Wheels off, axles out, diff out, whole subframe out, and then you can take the tank out. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Someone in the last episode asked me to talk about my gearbox. So I'm running a 5-speed gearbox, but it's not just a standard box. It's got some aftermarket straight cut gears and helical gears in there. So I've already pulled it apart and put it back together, so I'm not gonna do it again, but I've got a whole heap of photos and videos that I took, so I'll throw that in the video instead. So I'll talk about that, and I know I haven't talked about my engine yet either, and all the stuff that I'm running in that. So maybe when I do pull my engine out next time, because I still need to paint the engine bay, once I pull it out, then I'll go ahead and I'll explain what the guts is inside this beast. Now that I'm here, I've got some panel steel. I've got Toby coming over this afternoon, or maybe this weekend, to weld some shit back in there. Contemplating about welding the plate over all that so it hides all that, and also the same with that side as well. Still got to run the lines for the water to air, but I can't do that till the plate's in. I'm going to run some AN bulkhead fittings so it's all nice and tidy. Need to put the water pump back in, overfill tank, washer bottle for the wipers. Oh man, the list goes on and on. But I'm getting closer. Anyway, like always, if you want to follow me and what I'm doing, like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next episode. Ciao.